We stopped doing spoilers.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans of all ages, welcome to another awesome, exciting, monumental episode 220 of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're talking two movies. We're talking one, the number one box office movie of the weekend, and the number one voted movie at Panic Fest.
Yeah, the one that won it won a ton of shit. Did
it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they must have not seen the other movies. Anyway.
Oh my God.
So first, the movie that we're going to be reviewing from the Panic Fest is called The Creeping, and directed by Jamie Hopper, starring Ryan Steele. I'm sorry.
Anyway, the one good thing about the possibility of my father's theory being true is if Nicole and the others inadvertently found their way into another dimension, well, there must be a way to get them out.
Yeah. Who else is in this movie?
Also is Jonathan Naita.
Jenny, I've discovered that the hole grows larger when biomatter enters it. The hole also appears to have luring capabilities, perhaps chemical. Simply put, animals and people want to jump into the hole, and when they do, the hole gets bigger. Honestly, I don't know what to do. The hole is without a doubt a matter of public safety and needs to be taken over by a much higher authority than myself. Call me back ASAP, Michael.
The hole does get bigger.
Yeah, that's a great short little film, by the way.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I could find with his voice in it.
Yeah.
Everything else was him just acting as an actor, like music videos and such like that. And then Sophia Thompson. Yes, I said.
And we're so obliged for your presence tonight, very much indeed. I was just saying to Mother, we should be obliged, and indeed we are. Oh, doesn't your hair look pretty? Just like an angel.
Angel, Mother.
Oh, speaking of angels, Mr. Elton, your sermon on Daniel in the Lion's Den was so inspiring, so powerful in all its particulars. It left us speechless. Quite speechless, I tell you. And we have not stopped talking of it since. Oh, isn't this a lovely party? Lovely, lovely, lovely.
And she's lovely too. Sophie Thompson's. Also, I want to mention the stars Jane Lowe as Lucy Blakely. So it's really it's a very small cast in this movie.
Nice little small cast. The creeping. We'll talk about that here in a second. Of course, the creeper. The guy that's standing outside of my window right now. Stop coming into my window. Anyway, and then the movie, of course. The big sexy movie of the week, of course, hands down, easily.
When Neil talks about it, I can actually see his erection.
Yeah, it's moving the desk. You know, my mother could be listening to this. You sick bastard,
dude. We talk about all kinds of shit on the podcast.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, of course, first starring the one, the only, so nice. There's two of them in this movie. Benedict Cumberbatch.
He used my friends to control me. I tried to smuggle them to safety by concealing them in the very weapons I had designed. But I was discovered. I had no choice but to escape alone. And when I did, I had every reason to suspect that Marcus had killed every single one of the people I hold most dear.
Yeah, that's from Star Trek and the Wrath of he's Khan, and I.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he gave away. I mean, that's a spoiler.
Is it though? It's been what 20? It's been 10 years since it's been out. If you haven't seen it now, when are you gonna see it? I don't care. All right, fine.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are huge Star Trek fans, but now they might be Benedict Cumberbatch fans. They're like, oh, he was in a Star Trek movie. I'm gonna go check that out.
But dude, he's been Doctor.
Here's a dick.
Should you want to cut it out?
Bruce Willis is dead at the end of Sixth Sense. Everybody. Anyway, next coming up, playing Wanda Maximoff, one of the greatest actresses that have come along in the last 2 decades. The best of the 3 twins. It is the best Olsen twin, Elizabeth Olsen.
Well, she's not a twin, though.
No, I know. Continue.
I was online yesterday, and a bunch of people had posted links to this infographic. Sorry, does everyone know what that? It's a cartoon that illustrates statistics. So this infographic was about marriages, and it said that if your spouse dies, it feels like losing $308,780 a year, which sounded crazy to me at first. Like, how do you put a dollar amount on death? Like, how is that even a thing with a price tag?
Yeah, so that's Elizabeth Olsen sounding super sad and cynical.
Yeah, it's a really good show. And to be honest, every clip that kept popping up of Elizabeth Olsen when I was looking for clips for this was all the super sad ones. It was like no fun ones. And I know she's been plenty of fun parts. And I'm like, man, everything's just so sad. All right. And then the next clip that we have is a mixture clip I found, which is just so random because I was just trying to find Mr. Benedict Wong, who plays Wong, which is hilarious every time I think of that. But then it just so happened that there was also a clip with the guy who plays Mordor, Chiwetel Ejiofor. Yeah, Ejiofor. Chiwetel Ejiofor, who these guys both acted together like, I think this is like 15 years
2002. So 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's like 20 years ago, man. So, roll the clip.
What I'm saying is I could if I was weird. And this is a weird city.
Why would anyone do that to a human heart?
They sound to me like questions. I don't answer questions after 11 years here. And I'm a certified refugee. You're an illegal, Okway. You don't have a position here. You have nothing. You are nothing.
Yeah, so that was that's a really. I looked at the clip. I'm like, is that Benedict Wong? And I'm like, I went back. I'm like, oh, it's 2002. Yeah, of course it's Benedict Wong.
Yeah,
movie's called Dirty Pretty Things.
Years ago, 20 years ago now.
Yeah, it's a movie's called Dirty Pretty Things, 2002.
Isn't that insane? Yeah. Didn't even know they worked together. So that's the big movie, of course.
Wait, hold on.
In the Multiverse.
We got Xochitl Gomez to talk about.
Who?
Xochitl Gomez.
Oh, yeah, duh. I totally forgot. Because I counted 4. I'm sorry. Yeah. And of course, playing America as Xochitl Gomez.
Richie. Hello, darling. I was just calling to say you should come over for dinner. Maybe we could share a wine.
Okay.
On the rocks?
Nobody drinks wine on the rocks. Dawn, return your mother's phone.
So yeah, that's that was Xochitl Gomez. Or I'm sorry, that's America Chavez.
Babysitter's Club.
Huh? Yeah, Babysitter's Club.
From the Babysitter's Club.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a big book series in like the 80s.
Didn't it have that dude from Shield in it?
What's that?
Is the dude from Shield in that?
Clark Gregg?
Yeah.
Greg?
Yeah, isn't that Clark Gregg?
I think so. Maybe. I never watched it. I didn't line up to watch the Babysitter's Club.
I forgot you were probably a 38-year-old man watching the Babysitter's Club.
Yeah. I don't think I can do that, bro. Legally, in any nation, I think I'd get arrested.
So I can tell some people where to find us, right? Find us online.
How worried we are.
We can find us online at MoviesUnsuck.net. We're on Facebook at Facebook.com/MoviesUnsuckPodcast. We're on Twitter at MovieDS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MovieDS Podcast. We have Patreon, Patreon.com/MoviesUnsuck. You guys want shirts? Go to bonfire.com/MoviesUnsuck and something to do. You'll find all kinds of shit, faces and names on it, and some stuff Neil's made for just because he likes to have fun doing that. We are also on Twitch at MTS Podcast. And we're on all streaming platforms where you can find podcasts, you can find movies that don't suck and some that do. You want to send an email, old-fashioned email, info@moviesdon'tsuck.net or moviesdon'tsuck@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. What am I missing? Am I missing anything?
Today, the small business today of the day is going to be every week we like to put a spotlight on a nice small ownership business so they can make more money, so you can go give them money so they can make the more of the monies. This week we are going to shine light in a store that I was just in this past Saturday, Boomerangs in Kansas City. Boomerangs is located at 3900 Pennsylvania Avenue, Kansas City, Missouri. It is one of the vintage stores that you can buy not only vintage clothing, but you can buy costume jewelry, things. So if you have a costume, an idea for fashion that you have that is old school from anything from the 20s on, they have it. And in fact, there's not any really information on any of their pages because they're just like two old guys that run a vintage shop.
Sure.
Right. But so let me give you a little idea about this place from two of the reviews that have been in the last year. Very helpful owner. Everything is at a reasonable price for its age. Rarely will you find anything modern unless it's very retro and fits well with the environment. If you are a thrifter for the lifestyle, check it out. Guaranteed to find something. Awesome place. I rented a couple times from here and have always been having good quality clothes, helpful staff, and super reasonable prices too. I have rented platform shoes for disco tech. I have rented John Travolta suits from this place. I have rented so many places. So if you get a chance, if you're in Kansas City and you need to get a good costume, go to Boomerangs, or you can check them out on Facebook at Boomerang-KC. All right.
Yeah, we're done with the intro stuff, man. How you feeling?
I'm great. If you guys don't know, I'll let you know. Me and Chris hung out this past weekend.
It was great.
The whole time, Chris just got me stoned and drunk. He did not let me stay sober for more than 5 minutes of any time I was there. That's why I forgot all the stuff that I was supposed to do while I was there, like take more pictures of us together, get a PlayStation that I'm supposed to be playing right now.
I'll be honest with you.
Like, it's okay. I'm in the middle of Legend of Zelda.
Okay,
I got plenty of video game. I'm still halfway through Witcher 2.
Okay,
you know, like I'm starting to play all these games when I get a chance.
Neil's buying my PlayStation 4 off me because I got a PlayStation 5. He's getting lots of new, lots of free games in the system for a really reasonable price, I think.
I just want Spider-Man.
Okay. Well, not Spider-Man.
It's like my wife's like, she says, I paid $300 so I could play Animal Crossing. And I was like, yeah, you know, that's the way that goes.
Yeah,
we had a really good time. We went to the Vampire Prom, which was run by friend Edward and Brian and the Kansas City Goth group. Look them up. Edward also owns Reroll Tavern, which is a...
You still in Pond Pint?
And he does a lot of pop-up bars that will be, I think the newest one is a Sweeney Todd based one.
And I think after that, after that will be a Schitt's Creek one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did it.
So he's coming up with some good ideas, and he always does. He's really good. Oh, man, you know, I spent all this time doing stuff, and I forgot to do stuff. Everybody, here's Boomerangs, if you're watching. Boomerangs store, the place I just advertised all the stuff they have in there, vintage, cool stuff. Man, I am just out of it today.
Is that where Danny got her dress?
No, that is where I got like 2 rings. She got like a couple pairs of sunglasses. Like we get stuff from there all the time. Cool. Like when we lived in Kansas City. Yeah. I love Boomerangs. Boomerangs. All right. But man, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this the nicest way possible. We need to start getting into these movies because Doctor Strange is going to take 5 hours.
All right, let's do it. The Creeping. Directed by The Creeping. This was with Best Movie Panic Fest, directed by Jamie Hooper. Jamie Hooper directed things such as... I'm sorry,
are you okay?
Yeah, just... Yeah, directed. Everything else is short. This is her first feature of The Creeping, starring the amazing Ryan Steele.
Anyway, the one good thing about the possibility of my father's theory being true is...
As Anna Reynolds, we got Jonathan Knighty as Harry Reynolds.
Jenny, I've discovered that the hold grows larger when biomatter enters it.
Also, we got Sophie Thompson as Karen Marrow.
And we're so obliged if you're having us tonight, very much indeed. I was just saying to Mother, we should...
Yeah, I mean, I barely can understand what you're saying in that anyway. And we also got Jane Lowe as Lucy, Peter McQueen as William, David Horvitz as Reverend Joseph, and that's really all the main actors in this. Why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for this?
Oh, there's a storyline?
There is.
No way. Oh, wow. A concerned young woman moves home to look after her ailing grandmother and soon finds herself fighting a malevolent presence with a dark secret.
Okay, you want to start this one? Or you want to get the point on this one?
Oh, you just look at you just swinging that right away. You're just like, I need to not be the first one to talk about this movie because you got paid to be at the Panic Fest.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'll start. I'll start. I'll go ahead and do it.
No. I 100% got it.
Okay.
This is a great concept. The acting in this movie
impeccable
is not bad at all.
Ryan Steele's great. Okay, can we just say that Ryan Steele's great? And Lucy was great. And I really love Sophie Thompson in this was great. I really loved her.
The problem with this movie is that it takes too long to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the last 30 minutes of this movie goes 127 miles an hour. I don't even know how fucking fast it goes. The last 30 minutes of this movie is like, here's all this information all of a sudden. Yeah. Here's all this stuff right now. The first hour of this movie...
3 miles per hour, maybe.
It's just like slow burn. We get it. Something creepy is going on.
So I had someone ask me how this was, and the term I use is creepingly slow, because there are some people that really like that slow burn that gets to the frenetic end.
Yeah.
Like, for example, that happens in a lot of Ty West films, like the House of the Devil. That has that.
Yeah.
That's my problem with it, and that's my problem with the creeping. You know, like I said, it was so slow at the beginning. At the beginning, I'm like literally almost started checking my phone. I know. I had to actually had to rewind it a few times. I'm like, put my phone down. Need to rewind it because I was able to get my phone because nothing's fucking happening.
Now I need to sit down. I need to pay attention to what the fuck's going on in this movie. How this was number one out of all the things I watched.
I know
at Panic Fest. I have no idea.
Yeah, because I saw
literally. I think there's like at least 3 movies I can think of that I watched from the Panic Fest, and I think I only watched 5. So like, I think it's better than this one. The ending though. I mean,
the ending was great. The ending was
great, and that's what made up this movie because it leaves you with a shock factor of what went on, of what occurs in this movie, and that shock factor fucks you up enough at the end that you're like, okay, I got some deep thoughts about it. But then if you go back and just think about the movie as a whole, then it's like, man, that took a long time to get to that. And to be honest, they could have hinted at that many a times earlier or foreshadowed it earlier in the film, and it'd have been okay. Then do the big, because it was like a twist of a twist of a twist.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
And I think that, for example, my wife was doing pottery, and she came out and just finished it up. She's like, how was it? I'm like, the ending helped. Like, the ending does help in bringing this something worth watching, but man, it takes a long time to get to the stuff you want to know about. There's stuff that's crazy, and that's the problem with the creeping. Like, I know a lot of people were like, such a deep movie, and I understand that some people will have probably some really deep feelings from their personal life tied into this.
Yeah, and I get that.
Yeah.
I 100% get that. The ending of this movie saved this movie. But I think what happened is that it shocked so many people, like boom, boom, boom. Here's all the facts. Like here's all the things. And it's like you learn one thing, 5 minutes later, you learn the next thing, 5 minutes later, you learn the next thing. If you spread all that out during the entire film and done it like reverse.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
Like the first major thing that happens, the first major trauma that happens. If you take that and make that the last thing, that's the surprise trauma, and then reverse those other two and have the other two traumas in order.
Yeah.
Then put that one at the end. Boom.
Yeah, it was weird because they crammed all that stuff at the very end, and I feel like they could have done differently. You're right. I didn't think about how they could have improved it. But then again, I'm not Jamie Hooper. but
no. I'm not a filmmaker. I'm not a writer. I'm just saying from my perspective of how I view this movie, because I think they just shoved it all in at the last 30 minutes. There was a lot of dialogue and a lot of goofy special effects just all of a sudden at the end. And if you would have spread that out more, I think this movie would have been a lot more. But because they didn't, and they kind of just shoved it all in at the back end, it's like, you know, it's kind of like me. You know, I have an ugly face. I don't have any muscles, but I have a nice ass.
Oh, yeah?
And because of that nice ass, I go up to about a 6 or 7.
Pow. So, yeah, man, like, it's like a family drama. It's weird. It's long, but it's not really that long. You know, it just took too long to get to it. But we do like the ending. We do like the acting, and it's fantastic. And it's probably going to get wide release at some point. The creeping.
And the poster is old school as hell, man.
Yeah, which is kind of like The Shining or something, right? Like
yeah, it does. Yeah, it reminds me of old school like horror movies.
Yeah.
Like it's like, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the. I mean, do we really have much else to say about the creeping?
No, I really don't.
Okay, real quick,
I mean, without ruining what the any of the spoilers in this movie, because it is the whole that 30 minutes at the end is just one big spoiler. And the other movie that's going to be difficult to talk about is going to be the next movie we're reviewing, Doctor Strange, because that whole damn movie is a spoiler.
Yeah, we're gonna give our general thoughts on that one. We're gonna warn you. Get off the fucking. If you guys don't want to know anything else about it, leave our fucking podcast right now, because we're gonna spoil the fuck out of that movie.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, let me read some quotes from it. There ain't many because
it was
kind of
slow, quiet movie.
Yeah. So it's like, Dad, can you tell me a scary story? You must not take it personally, Anna. She doesn't ever remember me either. There was a song he always played, always danced to. They all knew it was his song. She's the only family I have. I just want to keep her safe. I am not supposed to talk about it. Little birds hear everything here. Knowing my life, because her death always hurts me. Do you believe in life after death? This house will be the death of me. Leave now. It's not a sin to be busy. There is something in this house, and it doesn't know what it is. Each one of us is ultimately responsible for our own sins. What makes us human is not being good, but choosing to be good. You were supposed to protect us, but instead you destroyed our family.
All right, man.
Chris, give me a number.
3.6, maybe?
I go 3.4 on this one, man. I really think, and I don't know, new writers, you know, I'm just trying to give them, you know, some information. I'm not trying to be a dick. Just don't put everything in the last 30 minutes of your movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
you could have spread it out. There was plenty of options to throw it in, throw in that little trauma, and make this just one big ass trauma film.
Yeah,
and, I think could have been better.
Yeah, that's been the issue with it. It's just it couldn't maintain, right? It just couldn't, and that's the problem.
I just wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a lot better than it was, and it wasn't. And I'm upset in so many ways. I cried last night after watching it.
I'm sorry, Pastor.
And then I went home. Well, I was at home because we could only watch this at home. But yeah, I really love the twist. I love the twist. Yeah. I love the 3 twist or the 5 twist. I don't know how many twists exactly, but
sure. Yeah, just couldn't.
There was a couple twists,
and that was cool. The ending saved it, like you said. But yeah, it was really slow.
It was good. I just think they should have taken the those main traumas, and just popped them out there a little bit more.
Yeah, spread it up a bit, like so you're hungering for the next plot point. But yeah, that's the movie, and there's no Rotten Tomatoes score because it's again not unreleased new thing. So I'm sure we'll hear about it being released somewhere. But do you got news, man?
Man, for the first time in like 6 years, I get to fucking finally do a news segment.
I know. Here we go.
Let's do some news. This is the movies that don't suck and some of the news. I'm going to read stuff to Chris. He's going to like it, and he's not going to bitch about it, or I will kick him in the nuts.
Can I start out with one piece of my own? One piece that I want to.
Yeah, what do you got, bro?
So, you guys know, if you look back in the feed, I did speak to the group from Reviewer, and I just found out that Reviewer will be on Shudder June 23rd. So, if you guys have Shudder, which you should, June 23rd is when Reviewer will be released. So, fucking go watch it, and then come back to the podcast, listen to an episode where I interview people about it. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say about that.
Did he really? There's nothing else you wanted to say?
The movie's great. I love Reviewer. I really do. It's a great movie. And I can't wait for you to watch it. I really can't. I'm so excited for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited you to watch it for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, you're watching a movie and you're telling someone about it and you're like, I envy you because you get to watch it for the first time. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, but I don't know what you're saying.
Because you're busy bringing stuff up.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see your eyes glaze over.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's get into it.
All right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I feel great for those guys. Great interview we have with those guys. Chris does in person. He peed himself twice. That's why
I almost did, dude. I really did. I had to pee like really bad.
You are insane. All right, so first, Michelle Pfeiffer is to lead Wild 4 O'Clocks for the Batman writer Peter Craig and La La Land Drive producers. The film about 2 young brothers sent to live with their larger-than-life grandmother marks the directorial debut of Craig, who also worked on Top Gun Maverick.
So Michelle Pfeiffer's going to play, Michelle Pfeiffer's going to be a grandmother.
Probably the grandma, because she's older than 35, so I guess she's a grandma.
She's a gilf.
And everything. She's a gilf. If you're above 35 in Hollywood, it means you're really old.
Yeah, if you're 36, you are ancient in Hollywood, which is crazy, you know?
Neon has bought the rights to the Jessica Chastain Anne Hathaway thriller Mother. The psychological thriller, a remake of the 2018 Belgium film Duels, is being fully financed by Anton and will launch in internationally sales and Cannes.
So I guess they aired at Cannes and then they bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean that's cool.
Yeah, this movie is set. For everybody who doesn't know what it's based off, it's set in the early 60s. Mother's instinct sees Chastain and Hathaway playing Alice and Celine, two 1960s housewives, best friends and neighbors, who live in an apparently identical traditional lifestyle with manicured lawns, successful husbands, and sons of the same age. But when a tragic accident shatters the perfect harmony of their lives, guilt, suspicion, and paranoia begin to unravel their sisterly bond, and a darker side of maternal instinct emerges. Of course, I'm going to see that all fucking day, bro. All day, bro.
Yeah, Jessica
all
Chastain.
Day I'm going to see
Jane
that.
asked Jessica Chastain and Hathaway. I'll watch it all damn day. All damn day.
The writer of Moon Knight,
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Slater, would like to tell everybody, as in his final interview for Moon Knight, since that ended last week, that Mortal Kombat 2 is almost written.
Almost written, so that they get the storyline, I guess. Like the
Yeah.
beats. We better be going to
It's
fucking
really
Underworld.
fun.
We better be going to fucking Underworld. This shit, you know.
It's really fun so far. We're more than halfway through the script. I'm working really closely with the director studios, the game guys. I think I can't say anything about the actual story, but I think they definitely learned some lessons in the last time around in terms of here's the stuff fans responded to, and here's what people liked out of the movie, and here's the stuff that didn't work as well as what we hoped. So we're really looking to take a bigger chance at this and get everything right that worked in the first one.
It's good to hear that they're actually taking the fans and the opinions into the second movie. So a lot of times they'll do what they do, and they're like, oh, we already wrote, directed, and shot the second one. We're not changing a thing about it. You're like, then why would I see it? You know. But yeah,
the censor board got to finally see Toxic Avenger and give it its rating.
What is it?
The new Starfield reboot with Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, Peter Dinklage has got a hard R, almost NC-17 rating for gore and graphic nudity.
That's what we want.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
That's how it should be, right? Like that's exactly what you wanted, and yeah. I know that you're excited. I'm excited. Let's all get naked and touch ourselves already.
Emily Blunt is the star in David Yates' criminal conspiracy pick called Pain Hustlers. Production is ready to start on August 22nd. Pain Hustlers, produced by Lawrence Gray through his Gray Matter Productions. The film is written by Wells Tower, the true American. It tells the story of a high school dropout who lands a job with a failing pharmaceutical startup in a Florida strip mall. She capitalizes on the company into the high life and finds herself at the center of a criminal conspiracy with deadly consequences.
Oh, I'll watch that. I mean, Emily Blunt.
Yeah, it's Emily Blunt. I mean,
David Yates too. So.
Yeah, I mean, David Yates, Emily. Lionsgate has just sealed a deal exclusively to one streaming service until all the way through 2024.
Lionsgate? Did you go with Paramount Plus? Is that what happened?
Nope.
It's not HBO Max. Is it? What is it?
No. It's your Peacock,
Oh, okay.
Your Peacock,
Okay. Makes sense.
So, John Wick 4, the unbearable weight of massive talent. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. The Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes, Expendable Force. The Borderlands movie. Hunger Games prequel. These movies.
They're doing a Hunger Games. They're doing a Hunger Games prequel.
Yeah, dude, I told you about that like a year ago.
Okay, fine.
Do you want me to write everything down I tell you, just so you can review it?
I'm just going to post it up something inside my skull about that.
But talking about Paramount Plus, because of a movie that made a lot of money this year, they're trying to bring back an old classic to TV. They're going to start a new Jackass TV series.
Yeah, I heard about this. Is it going to be the same actors or different people or what?
Oh, man. Based off the success of Jackass, they're working on the creators to continue the partnership with a new series, bringing out more ridiculous antics straight to Paramount. I'm trying to see.
So I'm not sure Johnny
Cast members in the new Jackass TV series have not yet been confirmed.
Okay, because Johnny Knoxville can't do much anymore. Like, he needs to fucking calm down.
No, they're dead, man. I mean, I know Steve-O might do a thing or two, but all of them got enough money that they're not going to do much.
Well, I mean, like I know that Johnny Knoxville, he's just crazy, man. He just does stuff all the time. You know, like he'll do things just because he thinks it's fun. You know,
right? A new movie, Maria, starring Felicity Jones and Jonathan Bailey. It's made by Simon Amstells. It's a comedy film. Jones will star as Maria, a young woman with a history of running from reality. According to Deadline's exclusive reports, Maria struggles to accept her age, her boyfriend's love, and father's indifference. When Maria spots an opportunity to feel young, accessible, and desirable at her father's wedding, she meets Raffi, her new stepbrother. They're unmistakably, if inconveniently, sexual chemistry is made worse by the news that her father has been diagnosed with a terminal illness.
Okay. I guess. I mean,
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah. That's an interesting piece of news you put through me. Can we talk about the Avatar 2 trailer?
The what?
Avatar 2 trailer.
Oh, dude, why do you do this?
Sorry,
why do you do this? Do you think I don't sit here and put things in order for a specific reason?
All right, I'll just go slam my head in the door. I'll be right back.
Go slamming. I literally sit here and put everything in order to specifically talk about things.
Sorry.
So then we have high points during everything. The absolutely next fucking story I was going to talk about is the Avatar Way of Water trailer racks up over 148 million views in its first 24 hours.
Did you look at it when it came out?
Twice. Maybe 3 times.
So, I don't know if it's just me, but I couldn't give a fuck less about the Avatar movies. Like these other ones coming out. I couldn't care less.
No.
Is that just me? Or is it?
I don't know. I don't know why everybody cares. I don't know who cares.
Like, who wanted this?
Like, it made so much money. It made so much money at the theater, and I went and seen it. And I was like, okay, cool. Dances with Wolves.
I can only really think that this is for the international market, because I really don't care, man. I don't care about Avatar. And, like, the first one was okay, but it wasn't, like, the shit. And I feel like it's been also too long since the first one for us to care about it. And also the CGI is kind of shitty. Like, it doesn't look that good.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe it'll be good, but I'm really just like, who cares anymore? Because they're done with the third one.
I care, Chris.
Okay, and they're doing a fourth one. Why do you care?
Because it's going to be the greatest movie of all time. You know it. I know it.
So James Cameron thinks.
All right, let's talk about some more interesting things.
Okay,
like a sequel we do care about.
Okay,
Are you ready?
Ready.
Dirty Dancing sequel finds a director. Jennifer Grey has signed on to return.
So this isn't like Dirty Dancing Heaven and Nights. This is like original cast. Dirty Dancing.
No, this is an actual sequel.
Okay, it's not a remake. It's a sequel.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I don't know what more I want to know about that. You know, Halle Berry teams up with Crawl director for a horror thriller Motherland. Oscar-winning actress Halle Berry and acclaimed horror film maker Alexandra Aja are teaming up for the supernatural thriller Motherland at Lionsgate. Motherland will chart the story of a mother and her twin sons who have been tormented by an evil spirit for years. When one of the boys questions whether the evil is real, the family's sacred bond is broken and becomes a fight for survival.
Fucking killer. How about it?
Killer.
Yeah, but you know, she really missed out on making the other horror film that we all wanted to see. Catwoman 2.
Jack Harlow, the rapper.
Yeah, I know about Jack Harlow.
Has been casted as the white man in White Men Can't Jump.
He's very charming.
The remake.
He's very charming.
Oh no, the dude like went to town for this. He goes, you know, I did the work to get it. I put the time in with the script. I sat with it. I considered things. I tried to be egoless during the audition, take notes, do what I had to do. And I just want to kill it. I just want to be good and want to do everything I can to make it. I think this is a bad choice. And I think it should be someone like Pete Davidson or like John Mulaney or Bill Burr.
Oh, okay. Well, so I think Bill Burr's a little too old for it, and so Pete Davidson's a little too ambiguous, like race sort of thing. But But I could always see John Mulaney in the role. But I think they want someone younger.
John Mulaney. Yeah.
John Mulaney would be great. I love John Mulaney. I love him so much.
I think you need the white comedian like you had with Woody Harrelson. I think that's what made the movie.
But I think John Mulaney's a little too white. I gotta be honest. I think he's a little too white to do it. But
have you ever seen Reacher? Jack Reacher?
Yeah, I saw
on
that.
Amazon Prime.
I actually saw the Jack Reacher that Tom Cruise was in. I didn't see the Reacher.
Not the new one with Alan Richardson.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's actually really good.
I heard it's great. Yeah.
I saw two. I've seen 3 episodes. I haven't seen much, but I've put it on and I've watched. There's one episode where he gets arrested in a diner and he doesn't talk for the entire episode because the cops are like, "Give us information," and he's just like.
So does he dress cooler than the Tom Cruise one? Because Tom Cruise couldn't look less. Because the Tom Cruise looked like a square the whole movie.
Well, I mean that was Tom Cruise. This is Alan Richardson. And if you don't know who Alan Richardson is, you can go back to Smallville. He played one of the greatest superheroes of all time, Aquaman. Okay. Chris's favorite superhero. And he played the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aquaman. So the original. But he has just signed a 3-movie deal with Amazon to play Reacher.
Okay, Jack Reacher. Let's see. I guess.
Yeah, man. All for him. He just seems like a nice guy too. I've seen him at several cons where everybody was just like he seemed like he was just like hanging out more than he was signing autographs. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So I like that kind of stuff. David Duchovny is to write, direct, star in the adaptation of his own novel.
Oh my God.
Bucky fucking Dent.
Okay, it's nice to be able to option your own novel and then do everything in it. So
yeah. So the story, if you guys don't know, is set in New York during 1978. Follows an aimless 30-something named Ted who moves back in with his father, Marty, who's going to be played by Dave, after learning of his terminal illness. Marty is looking to make up for lost time, but his health seems to deteriorate whenever his beloved Red Sox lose a game, a condition familiar to Boston sports fans of the era. With help from a crew of neighborhood old-timers, Marina Marty's grief counselor, Ted orchestrates an intricate plan to provide the illusion of a Sox winning streak to keep Marty's spirit up.
This is super wholesome, actually.
Yeah, right? I'm down.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be about hookers and blow,
Because that's what David Cody's known for.
Yep. Gabby Petito. Is it Petito?
Petito, yeah.
The woman that disappeared in the national park.
Mm-hmm.
She was found dead.
Yeah.
And then the guy that, is going to Lifetime is the one that got it.
I don't know about that.
But here's the good thing. Thora Birch is going to direct it.
I like Thora Birch, so I'm for it and against it at the same time. I don't really think they need to move about this yet. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a Lifetime though movie, so I mean, we're all gonna
crowd around.
Another sequel. Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick is happening. Simple Favor.
Oh, they're doing the sequel of that. Nice. Yes. I like that one.
It's happening at Lionsgate and Amazon is the ones that are going to put. So I can't wait to see that.
Hey, I like that first one a lot.
Yeah, they made what they make domestic. They made 53 million, 97 million domestically, and then 120 million. Worldwide, and plus they probably paid like $15 million to make it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, it sort of, I felt like it flew under the radar, Simple Favor, but we really liked it, so I'm all about seeing that.
The greatest Batman of all times is going to be in a movie, or he is going to direct it as well.
So
Michael Keaton.
Okay, that's what's George Clooney.
Michael Keaton to direct. Star in the noir thriller called Knox Goes Away. Michael Keaton will be playing a hitman with dementia.
I want to see Michael Keaton do everything all the time. Be everywhere, everything all at once. So,
Now, this is what it is. It's fast moving from dementia, but
it's like
to redeem himself by saving the life of his estranged adult son. But to do so, he must race against the police closing in on him, as well as the ticking clock of his own rapidly deteriorating mind.
So this is
I know it doesn't say comedy. I have not seen the word comedy anywhere.
I guess it would be out of poor taste to make a comedy about dementia, right?
Yeah, it's written by Gregory Poirier, who did Rosewood and Missing. So, hey, last but not least, here it is. You want to talk about sequels, Chris? I got the sequel right for you right now. Are you ready?
I'm listening, dude.
No better. Nothing better could be better than this announcement right now. No sequel.
No sequel.
No continuation in the Marvel Universe. No continuation in the DC Universe. No, nothing is better than this. Are you ready for this shit?
Give it to me.
I'm being serious here. I'm being really
Shit it out.
serious.
Come on, dude. Spit it out, dude.
History of the World, the sequel by Mel Brooks, has cast including, and let me read this fucking list, bro. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Steve Martin, Natasha Lyon. All right, that's the beginning. Let's go all the way down here. Malcolm Berry, Jillian Bell, Darcy Carden, Rod Cordy, Robbie Hoffman, Atiria Jore, Joe Mandy, Wendy McLoney-Covey, Seth Rogen, J.B. Smoot, David Wynn. Now let's go down lower. Adam Sandler, Martin Short, Ted Danson, Tim Robinson, Komo Janaji, Kiki Palmer, Michael Keaton, Johnny Knoxville, Taki Wahidi, Danny DeVito. Let's go lower. Holly Stanfield, Dove Cameron, Jacob Earlo, Charles Melton, Zazie Betts, Idina Menzel, Pam Oliver, Tara Lebowski, all have signed up for this fucking movie.
That's bigger than a fucking Wes Anderson cast.
I mean, it's literally a Mel Brooks movie made today.
I'm so happy to see J.B. Smoot in that cast. Actually, I'm pretty happy about that.
I get that shit, but it's the history of the world,
man. Part two.
Part two, the sequel. Like, how is Mel Brooks going to do something in this day and age?
He's like 95 or something, right?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, do you think he could do Blazing Saddles today?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Is that how it's going to go, Chris?
We'll see what happens. I mean,
we can see, but man, that one's just, I'm super excited. Mel Brooks making a sequel to History of the World. Besides that, dude, let's wrap it up. Let's get started. I'm ready to talk some motherfucking Marvel.
Can we, real quick, I want to talk about the Amber Heard trial thing, the Johnny Depp thing.
Really? What do you want to talk about?
I want a little bit.
She pooped on her bed. She's an abusive asshole that beat up a guy. And
hold on. It's I want to do a little administrative details. You mentioned those divorce trials, defamation trials, so right there. And
whatever.
And we still have 2 more weeks of deliberations, I think. Right?
Whatever.
All right, cool.
Whatever.
Spoil that video, sorry.
You told me you were gonna talk about Amber Heard, and you didn't.
Sorry.
All right.
In the news.
That's the movies don't suck and some of them don't news. Now let's talk the big movie of the week. You said you're gonna talk the Amber Heard, and then you didn't.
Well, so I just want to, I don't know. I don't have much to say about it.
What do you want to talk about? Give your minute. What do you want?
That's it, man. I don't have an opinion on it. They're both probably awful people, like in real life. We don't know. But they're definitely toxic together. So, I don't know.
I mean, I wish at this time we could play Britney Spears' "Toxic." You're toxic, tongue, let me on. Anyway. No, it just sounds like she's as abusive as Johnny Depp's mom was to his dad.
Yeah, we'll just, yeah, that's whatever, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to just get into the movie that you're dying to do? All right.
Yes.
All right, fix the.
We have about an hour of this before we even start getting to the end of it.
All right, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, directed by the great great Sam Raimi. If you guys don't know who Sam Raimi is, where the fuck you been? Evil Dead. That's all. Do I need to say anything else?
Yeah, you
Spider-Man.
People.
I need to talk Spider-Man. Okay.
Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man. You gotta say more, man. There's so much more.
Drag Me to Hell.
There's so much more.
Drag Me to Hell.
Dark Man. There's The Grudge, The Unholy, Don't Breathe, Uma, Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which is a great Showtime show that was on for 3 years. Poltergeist, the remake of the 2015. I mean, this
Iggy
guy
Pop, Cold Metal, that music video. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is Sam Raimi. He is a man. He's a man's man.
He introduced the world to the great Bruce Campbell. But this is written by Michael Dewald.
Bruce Campbell.
It's written by written by Michael Waldron. He's no stranger to the Marvel Universe. You know, he worked on stuff like Loki. You know, bringing all that stuff back in. This stars the amazing, beautiful Benedict Cumberbatch as Dr. Stephen Strange.
He used my friends to control me.
This also stars Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff.
I was online.
This stars Sochi.
You didn't even let her say a sentence, dude. You didn't even let her say a sentence.
She said she's online.
You just suck at the. You need to go a whole sentence with the picture. All right.
We also got Sochi Gomez as America Chavez.
Richie, hello, darling. I was just calling.
Okay, so you said stop that, darling. Okay, we also got Rachel McAdams as Dr. Christine Palmer, and a bunch of other people. But we also had Chido Ejiofor as Baron Mordo and Benedict Wong as Wong.
What I'm saying is I could if I was weird. And this is a weird city.
Why would anyone do that to a human heart?
Okay, so there are some other people out there in this thing. I don't want to talk about them until we actually get this spoiler part, right? Like there's some...
Yeah, because you can't really, because there's so much... Okay, the thing about these kind of movies now is the fact that... All right.
You want to read the storyline really quick?
Yeah, let me read the storyline. Because I've already heard reviews of just the storyline of this movie from other people.
Yeah.
And they're like, this doesn't even explain the movie at all. All right. Storyline. Dr. Stephen Strange casts a forbidden spell that opens the doorway to the multiverse, which was in Spider-Man No Way Home, including alternative versions of himself whose threat to humanity is too great for the combined forces of Strange, Wong, and Wanda Maximoff.
Yeah,
that's not at all the movie.
No.
It's not okay. How can I do it without spoiling anything? Give me a second. New character America Chavez is stuck in between multiverses, needs Doctor Strange's help to get back to her place in time and help so all the multiverses don't implode on themselves.
Yeah, it's something called incursion. So
the incursion, incursions.
I think. Oh yeah,
this happens all the time.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that we'll get into the spoiler. Let's just talk about acting, movie, story. Not really story, but what we thought.
So Sam Raimi directed this, and his fingerprint is all over this thing.
Slight horror movie. This has so many horror movie.
Oh yeah, tropes.
There's a scene that you can even see in the trailer where Wanda's walking and she has like blood half on her, and she like takes an Ultron skull and just crushes it with her hand.
Yeah,
and it's like cool. All right, people, I want you to know I am a big comic book fan. I'm a huge comic book fan. If you ever came to the podcast before, you know that. But this movie, we're in the deep cuts now. We're in a level where it's hard for me to figure out all the information.
I think that's gonna be a problem for a lot of people. That would be the price of admission for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, like the new character America Chavez. All right, she's in the movie. She's a character that was literally created like 10 years ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, she's not like, she's, I think September 11th, September 2011. Yeah.
Wow, that's
was when she was
really
made.
new. That's crazy.
Yeah. So these we're not dealing with just the classics, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, you know, stuff like that. Now we're dealing with the new next generation, the new generation. And I know why I think they're doing that, but I'm not gonna sit there and that's a spoiler part. That's
Okay.
not a
Okay, cool.
But this movie, okay, Benedict, Elizabeth Olsen. Let's talk about them because it's Benedict, Elizabeth Olsen, Benedict Wong, and Gomez.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, Rachel McAdams is in this quite a bit.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams too. So
Kristen
the five
Palmer.
of them,
Christine, yeah,
are the carriers of this movie. Are the people that are the movie.
Mm-hmm,
like
sure.
Everything else is crazy wackiness, and of course it is. It's in the multiverse of madness. I mean, literally, you're going to get your wizard stuff, your dark magic. You're going to get, but the thing is, this moves not just this story of Wanda and Doctor Strange and all that, but it moves the entire MCU in such more of a direction. Because I'm pretty sure I know what their next big crossover movie is going to be.
But we'll talk about that in the
We'll talk about that in the spoiler
So let's
section.
talk about the movie itself. Let's just like give your general thoughts on it. It's short for a Marvel movie. It's 2 hours 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours. I thought I was going to be there for 5.5 hours.
I know, like the other ones.
2 hours.
Sam Raimi did a really good job of keeping it concise, and he gave it that horror flair that he's so good at. So like, I mean, Sam Raimi, I'm gonna watch anything he does, and this is no exception. You know, the thing about Benedict, he slips into a character. He's great as Dr. Stephen Strange. Like, I don't know if you saw an interview with him. He's able. He was doing it. He was seamlessly going out of the English accent into the American accent, and he says that when he got upset, it was hard to go back into his English accent. He said that he loved playing Doctor Strange's voice so much. So he's great. Elizabeth Olsen, fantastic. She's always good in everything she does.
Oh my gosh! And the thing is about this, people, and I a lot of times I'll be like, "Oh, you don't need Disney Plus," you know, blah blah blah. But the thing is, you really kind of do need to watch WandaVision.
Oh, 100%. Like, yeah, if you haven't watched WandaVision yet, watch that and then go see this because they intertwine quite a bit. I didn't expect it, but they did intertwine quite a bit. Benedict Wong is Wong. I love Wong. I love him. I want to give him a hug every time I see him. So it's good to see him.
Oh my god! Like Wong made an appearance in Shang-Chi,
at the very end,
where he was fighting Abomination in a steel cage. Great little spark or whatever, and he pops up at the end or whatever. And I love Wong. Yeah. I am a big fan of Benedict Wong. I like his character. I like the character he is.
Don't you just give him a hug, man? Like just a giant hug? Wong?
Yeah, like in general. Yeah. Like if I saw him in person, I'd be afraid I would get arrested because I'd be the guy walking up to him going, "Oh yeah, you come, just come here, Wong. Me and you gonna have a hug. We're gonna love each other." Also,
Rachel McAdams. Hey, it was good to see her. Like she was in this a lot, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, she became a vital part of the Doctor Strange character because in the comics, she's kind of his helper.
Yeah.
Is the best way to say it. Mm-hmm. And I am going to give one spoiler to people right now in this part.
Okay.
For the spoiler.
Okay.
Just because I feel like it's okay to give this spoiler. It's a Sam Raimi film. We all know who popped up, right? We all get that Bruce Campbell popped up in this movie.
That was okay. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for Bruce Campbell. We're not gonna say we did, but he's in this and he's great.
Yeah. But Bruce Campbell pops up, and to be honest, at this point, I really think there should be a thing where Bruce Campbell should now be in every Marvel movie.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Bruce Campbell take that over. Because Bruce Campbell, it's always just a delight to see.
He's the shit. I love Bruce Campbell.
He's like that crazy uncle that drinks one too many beers at the family reunion.
Yeah.
And you still love him for it.
He's still looking great too, you know?
Dude, he's Bruce Campbell.
Also, Xochitl Gomez. I'm glad she's in every Marvel movie from now on. I'm all about it.
Yeah, Xochitl Gomez, really great. She played a counter to Scott to Doctor Strange or Cumberbatch a lot, and man, chemistry. It was great. Everybody knew their roles in this movie, and they just had so much fun. I really think this is what happened. This is where we need to get this movie from point A to point B in the Marvel universe. This is where we need to be at the end of this movie, and this is where we're starting at. Here you guys go. Have fun.
Yeah, to me, it's not the best of the Marvel movies. It's like second tier, as opposed to like stuff like, I guess, the first Avengers or Guardians of the Galaxy. But it's good. It's good. I like it. But to me,
I think the only reason it's second tier to people is because now we're used to it.
Okay.
We're used, because the amount of surprises, the amount of cameos, the amount of, of spoiler people popping up in this fucking movie. If you did not scream like a little schoolgirl when any of these happen, then that tells me either one of two things. One, you're just too spoiled by these movies now. They just need to stop, bring it back. Don't give you any fucking cool shit for a whole 2-3 movies. Fuck you. You don't get shit.
But no, that's not to say I didn't like it, man. You're acting like I was shitting on it. To me, it's a good movie. I liked it. And Marvel makes great movies, okay? It's just, it's not my top 4,
Well, I mean, that's okay. I get that. I mean, yeah, if you're going to go top 4.
So, like I'm not saying this is a bad movie.
I'll put it in my top 10, though. I'll put it in my top 10.
Okay. I mean, this has a lot of cool stuff in it, but I gotta say, man, like I said, when I say top tier, it's not my top 4 or 5, but it's a good movie. Because Marvel doesn't make bad movies, dude. They don't. It's the truth. Like, I mean, starting with Iron Man,
it doesn't make bad movies?
So Marvel doesn't make bad movies.
Oh, okay. It's so, like, yeah, you're right.
And that's how Marvel from
Sam Raimi, and I was like, I don't know. Did you see Spider-Man 3?
No, also I meant more like Marvel,
the MCU.
MCU, Iron Man, Up. They make pretty good movies, And so I'm saying this is not a bad movie by any means, but it's just not. It's not my favorite top 5, but it's a good movie. And if you like Marvel movies, you're gonna like this movie a lot. I think
a lot.
Yeah. And then, you wanna say, hey guys, do you want to give our scores, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah. Let's get the quotes out of the way. Let's get some scores, because man, we got spoilers for a fucking mile and a half here, bro.
Here we go.
I'm trying so hard not to spoil any of this. He's the Source Supreme. Yeah, I was preoccupied being dust for 5 years. It would have never worked out because, Steven, you have to always be holding a knife. I'm not going to kill you, kid. I just bust my ass to save you. So, like, does he shoot web out of his butt?
I laughed so hard at that.
So that Venture Brothers, called Black Widow. Venture Brothers have a Spider-Man character called Black Widow.
Oh, they do?
That literally shoots web out of his butt.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, so the dream of when I'm naked running from clowns, that's real? Oh, you better come help us, because it's going to get you back in the lunchbox. Yeah. You break the rules and become a hero. I do it, and I become the enemy. Choose your words wisely. Fate of the multiverse might depend on it. Got it. No pressure at all. I am not a monster. I'm a mother. Every night, the same dream. Every morning, the same nightmare. If you're a taker, why don't you take some mustard? Our reality is 838, and yours is called 616. The Illuminati will see you now. This isn't a tomb. It's a throne. We will see what kind of Doctor Strange you really are. He had to hold the knife, and it killed 1 trillion people. Open sesame! This time, it's going to take more than killing me to kill me. I'm glad I fell into your universe. That's it. That's all I could read.
What's your score? What's your score?
This is a 4.2. It was not as good as No Way Home. It did not have that for me, but I liked it because it felt like a Doctor Strange story. And you know why?
Why?
Again, not using the shit I fucking used up this whole time. So, one, let's just go ahead and change that to what Doctor Strange looks like in the real world. Yeah, more like that. Oh, yeah. Well, see how that looks?
Well, you can't see behind her. They make her thing small.
Oh, okay. That's the thing. Well, we can't make the screen smaller. So here, I'll just pop that right there. That's what that one looks like. This is Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby, Doctor Strange. Do you see how it looks?
Yeah.
That's what this movie looked like.
And that's what
that's why it made me feel happy. See this person right here in the middle?
Yeah.
We'll talk about her in a second.
Okay.
Anyway, it made me feel like this was a Doctor Strange movie. It made me feel like I am actually watching the comic book that I grew up with.
Okay.
And I loved it. It made me feel like I'm watching a Steve Ditko, Stan Lee made fucking comic. And because of all the craziness and the weird shit that is never really explained. Here's some weird shit. We're not explaining why. We're not explaining why you get to see this weird shit. We're just going to throw it right in your face. Like, why was there a cow guy just hanging out in the background? Like, literally, at a training part with the sorcerers and shit. Random cow guy. If this was 10 years ago, you would have had the whole story would have been half Doctor Strange, half that cow guy. And how the cow guy got there. Now, randomly, we just have a cow guy in the back.
3.9 for me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
so
fine.
Close. Yeah. I get it. You get it. You're just not a fan of Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. I get it.
No, it's just this is a good movie. It's just not up there with the other ones. You know, like
no. I get it. This is a Stan Lee, Steve Ditko. I get it. You just don't get it. I understand.
Dude, I gave it a good score. I don't know what you're shitting on me for.
Oh man, you're gonna have to go to church. Go to church.
Take me to church. We are a score. We can go. Do you want me to go to Rotten Tomatoes? Then we'll get deep into this thing.
All right, Rotten Tomatoes. People gave it 73.
75.
Got us off by 2.
Dude, I gotta be honest. My internet's not working over here, and the page closed on me. So you might want to pull. What
the hell?
You might
Why is your internet not working?
I don't know, man. Like I really don't know. I'm talking to you just fine, but it won't pull up. So you might have to do it yourself, and maybe I'll guess it this time.
Why the? All right. Then we're gonna go backwards. Did you see what it was?
No, I didn't. I just remember what the credit score was.
All right, then we're gonna do it backwards for the first time. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome.
I don't know what the critic score is. I don't know what the audience score is. His critic score is actually 75. I don't know what the audience score is. So.
You don't know what the audience score is?
No, I'm gonna guess 84.
I'm on the wrong Doctor Strange. Give me a second. I went to the wrong Doctor Strange movie. Give me 1 second. This is what happens, people, when Chris's shit fucks up and I have to make up for it. All right, so what did you the critic score was 75.
Yeah, critic score 75. So
all right. So what do you think the audience score is?
84.
You're close. 87.
That was too far off.
87. You're only 3% off.
Is there what's the audience?
Oh, the audience says Doctor Strange delivers all action and visual excitement you want in a Marvel movie while taking the franchise in a much darker direction.
Okay.
Nice. And then the critics' consensus is Doctor Strange labors under the weight of the sprawling MCU by Sam Raimi's distinctive directive casts an entertaining spell.
Yeah, it was entertaining. Yeah. So
it made me happy in the butt.
So guys, if you guys wanna probably fucking jump off here because we're about to spoil the shit out of this movie. So we're gonna give you I'll play the outro real quick, and once that's over, me and Neil are gonna spoil it. So next week we're doing the sadness and Firestarter. So yeah.
Oh my god, you don't know Stephen King's Firestarter?
Yeah. Sorry, man. I hadn't seen the original in years. So, all right. So, yeah.
I saw it last night. I actually watched it literally last night.
So, guys, you stick around. We're gonna spoil it, but if you don't want to spoil it, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler time.
So, going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holy shit! Jim is fucking Dr. Reed Richards!
Yeah.
God damn it! Yes! 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 Yes!
Did you scare your wife? Because last time you yelled, she scared the shit out of her.
She's not here, dude.
Okay. Yeah, so Pizza Pop as well.
I don't care about Pizza Pop. Fuck Pizza Pop. Don't care that Patrick Stewart returned as Professor X.
Yeah,
don't care if he finally got his yellow fucking floaty chair. Don't give a shit about Black Bolt. Don't give a goddamn about Clea at the end. We finally get John Krasinski as fucking Reed Richards. Fuck yes, that means he's Reed Richards for the Fantastic Four movie, meaning his wife, Emily Blunt, is Susan Summers. Bam!
You're excited.
In your face!
That's what you want, right? So with all these people in this one, it bodes well for the future of the MCU, right? Like we now know who Dr. Reed Richards is going to be in Fantastic Four. Do you think Lashana Lynch will remain? Do you think that Lashana Lynch is in Captain Marvel?
Multiverse.
Okay.
It is a multiverse. So
okay,
right. What is your question?
So Captain Marvel is in this. Is Lashana Lynch? Is that going to be her? You think it'll be someone else or?
No, that's Maria Rambeau.
Okay, all right. Fine.
Proton is what her name is in the 616 universe.
Okay.
But we don't know what universe she came from.
Okay.
So I think I broke my wrist. Ow. God damn, I might have. Anyway.
So I want to ask you something about Scarlet Witch. So this one, she was basically almost invincible. Has she always been that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So let me break this down to you as quickly as possible because I've been trying to figure out how to do this. I wrote down like a huge paragraph. All right. Where do I start? All right. So in the comics, the Earth was controlled by elder gods. Most powerful and evil ones were called Chthon. He was the first dark magician and started chaos magic. Chaos magic is what Scarlet Witch uses every time that red shit comes out.
Okay.
Elder gods turned into demons and monsters, except for one named Gaia, who becomes the spirit of the Earth. She gave birth to the God Eater named Adam with a T.
With a T.
Adam, get it? She created Adam.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Who cleansed the earth of these demons. Chthon, before leaving Earth, poured all of his evil hatred and malice into the Darkhold, which is that book that they're chasing the entire movie. Yeah. So like the One Ring, Chthon put all his power into that. Into the darkness. After escapes, just so happened, right when he was leaving, Scarlet Witch, or Wanda Romero, and Piero Romaneros, Maximoff, was being born. So he put a bit of his essence into Wanda so he can control her later in life. So in this movie, Chthon is taking over Wanda and with the Darkhold, not Mephisto, who everybody thinks is the big demon guy that leads everything. Now, Where are we exactly? Because I should number this shit. All right. So this takes pretty much from, okay, it takes from Doctor Strange, but loosely. It just kind of grabs and cherry picks from everything in his essence.
Mm-hmm.
But this WandaVision and this movie should have been backwards. Should have been the other way.
You think so?
No, I mean if they were going to buy the comic.
Oh, okay, like comic books. Okay, you were going by but
okay.
But the way they did it, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Go ahead. Ask the question.
I would think that. I mean, the way they did it in this one, that makes sense to me. Why they did it. So we could.
No. Yeah, 100%. And the MCU again. MCU is just trying to give us some of those key moments in these characters. 60 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
60 years.
Yeah.
All right. So the WandaVision show is basically the House of M. Boom. There you go. House of M.
Okay.
House of M is when after a certain comic book called Avengers Dissembled. Now, in Avengers Dissembled, what happened? Wanda and Vision got married, had kids, and then she finds out they're part of Mephisto, the big demon guy.
Mm-hmm.
She goes completely crazy, snaps and kills like several of the Avengers.
Oh, man.
Like basically like just fucking goes ballistic and fucking kills people. That's why it's called Avengers Disassemble. Because she was part of the Avengers, if you see her right there in the comic.
Yeah.
And so then after that happened, she leaves. And also this also takes from the comic Vision and Scarlet Witch. But then this leads in the House of M, where after she finds out everything's just lie, but she still wanted her kids. She still wanted she wanted the life. So she whispers one word: no more mutants.
Mm.
And no more mutants. And then there's only several mutants that last after, and was a group which you see here.
Yeah.
One of them being her father. Do you know who her father is?
Who's one of Maximus' father? Wait, hold on. Who's her father? Who's her father?
In the comics.
Who's it?
Magneto.
Okay. Huh.
So Magneto, House of M.
Yep.
Magneto
so
is like the god there. And so that's when she makes her own magical world where everything surrounds her and her happiness.
So is Scarlet Witch really dead?
Never.
So she didn't die in this because
she's never dead ever.
So she's alive, you think?
She's an entity, dude.
So she gonna be in the for future films to you? Will she show up?
Yeah. All right, dude. And also, these are comic book movies.
Okay.
No one is ever truly dead ever.
Okay.
All right. As many people as like, oh, Captain America's dead or Iron Man's dead. Great. You just learned there's a multiverse and there's like 9 billion versions of them out there.
Where Iron Man can come back and
bring in. Yeah. Anybody can come back now. This opened up the floodgates, dude. Basically, any version, if you don't think the version they have of your favorite character is right, fucking wait. More likely the right one will fall through the door.
Okay.
Now, a big part we got to talk about is, of course, America Chez. Now, she is from a dimension outside of the multiverse. She's not from inside the multiverse. I don't think they explained that well.
They did not.
And it's called the Utopian Parallel.
Okay.
Is what it's called. And now here, it makes it sound like that in this movie version, and I think they're doing this for a reason, but she it said that she mistakenly opened up one after she got stung by a bee, and her moms got sucked in and can't find them.
Mm-hmm.
Not true. In the comic books, her 2 moms, they disappeared accidentally. They sacrificed themselves to save Utopian Parallel and bring it into the multiverse. The person that gets accidentally sucked up by one of her parallels is actually her sister, named Catalina.
Okay.
And this is all created by Joe Casey. Just like I said, 11 years ago, he did a bunch of stuff. Uncanny X-Men, the M8s, Adventures of Superman, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so why do you think they're changing it?
Changing what?
So she's gonna find her parents, right? Her mom's.
Oh.
So you think they're doing that so they can find her parents, or do you think that it's just keeps it more simple, so there's not so much going on when she inevitably comes back? You know.
Incursions.
Okay.
Incursions. What's an incursion? Did they explain it enough to you?
I want you to let me know what an incursion is. Isn't it when okay, tell me what an incursion is. It's when two universes sort of collide, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the multiverse, when two universes collide, they destroy each other.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a way to make it not happen. Now, what I think they're doing, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong about this, but I think they're going to use Galactus to be the guy, because it's people on certain planets when they jump from multiverse to multiverse. Because originally, it was only when you use the Darkhold is when it caused incursions.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't stated anything else yet. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to use Galactus as the planet eater who goes and eats planets that are causing incursions. He helps eat planets. I think they are putting it all together for all these incursions to happen. Then we're going to get a massive crossover of not just one, but like 20 different versions of every fucking superhero, which is known as the Secret Wars that came out just a few years ago. And I think that's what they're leading to, because King the Conqueror was the bad guy at the end of Loki, and he talked about incursions in Loki as well.
Yeah.
So that's my geek out on that.
So explain to me Doctor Strange's third eye.
Let's see here. I actually have a whole thing on it. I wrote half a paragraph. The incursions taken from the comic time runs out, as well as Strange's third eye. Third eye. Also, Steven did have a third eye in the earlier comics, with him seeing into the spiritual realm, or anytime he looked into other people's souls. So in the early comics, like the original Doctor Strange, he did have that third eye. But in this one, it is called the energy of Chthon is staying within him, which allows him to jump multiverses, which I think that's going to be a part of the whole.
So the third eye came from using the Darkhold, though, right? Like that's how she.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, but I mean, let's get to the big part of the thing where Shirley Stan shows up. Can you explain who she is?
Right. Yeah, Clea. All right, Clea is the niece of Dormammu. Do you remember Dormammu?
Tell me, remind me who that is.
I'm here to bargain, Dormammu.
Oh, good. Okay, all right. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
The guy at the end of the big galactical demon thing in the comics. She is the niece of Dormammu. She is a part of a group called the Faltine race. Extremely powerful. At one point in multiple universes and stuff like that, she was the Sorcerer Supreme. And she was also here on Earth, and also in a dark dimension. And important to also know, at one point in the comic books, she was married to Dr. Stephen Strange.
Okay.
Which, Benedict Cumberbatch, Charlize Theron. Yeah, I'd go to that wedding.
So, oh man, there's so much to unpack still. So,
here, you want me to go through just a few of them?
Yeah, just.
I have
oh wait, hold on, real quick. Did Stanley show up in this anywhere? Because I thought he was supposed to be in everyone.
No, I haven't seen him. Okay. I didn't see him anywhere, and I looked.
Okay.
All right, so the Book of Ashanti was the Book of Ultimate Good. That is actually written by Agamotto. Agamotto is that the Eye of Agamotto is that thing that's around Stephen Strange's thing.
Okay.
And that wasn't made to house the Time Stone. It just is the only thing that could hold the Time Stone in that universe. So that is another thing. In the grand calculus of the multiverse, the sacrifice means infinitely more than their lives. That exact line he says to America is the same line he says to Peter Parker in Infinity War. First Strange movie was getting over his ego. This showed us that the ego came from he is the smartest, so it has to be him. His sister death makes him shameful, full of guilt. He doesn't trust others. At the wedding, Dr. West was from the first movie. He was the guy that fucked up the guy at the beginning, where Dr. Stephen Strange was like, no, Chastain will help me the second because you already messed this up. He gave us several things. He told us that everybody in the world knows that Doctor Strange gave up the Time Stone.
Right.
Because he knew. And tells everyone that Doctor Strange gave the Time Stone. This means that there's a group of people who blame Doctor Strange alone for the blip, including Wanda, who even states that because of him, she had to kill Vision twice.
Yeah.
She had to see Vision die twice.
And then there's also the sort of that guy who fucking talks shit to Doctor Strange in the church about like what happened when he was whipped. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's him. That's Dr. West.
Yeah.
Wong pulled his sword of pure energy just like Athena did in the Eternals.
By the way, in the comic books, does Wong die?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That I know of. I think it's always around.
Okay, I hope we never does. To be honest.
Every dream is seeing your multiverse self, which means when Tony Stark was talking to Pepper Potts in the park before Doctor Strange popped in, and he said like his dream felt so real. They had a kid, and the kid's name was Morgan, and
So it happened.
Like he could have actually just saw a multiverse self where he already was married. It's really cool. The Hex was easy, line was hard. The Hex is what Darcy called the whole spell thing in WandaVision. No one else called it that, just her.
Yeah.
And now it's called the Hex, and which is cool. Also, Wanda's lying on a hexagon during that situated because hexagons are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're the multiverse. They're imagery. If you ever watch like Guardians of the Galaxy, that's how they jump.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that you see hexagons. Yeah. Let's see. Which ones did I not? I read that one. The bull guy or cow man that I talked about earlier is actually named Rendor. He's an alien from the planet Ravel, and he actually has a whole comic series.
Oh, that's cool.
If you want to go look him up, that's cool. But yeah. One of the universes they quickly went through.
There's so many.
Living Tribunal. I know. That's why I'm not jumping on all of them. The Living Tribunal was in the background.
Oh, nice.
The Living Tribunal is the ultimate power of the Marvel Universe. In fact, in Doctor Strange 1, Mordo's staff that he uses is the staff of the Living Tribunal. Oh. Nice, right?
Nice, yeah, indeed. Right? Yeah.
Bruce Campbell is from Earth 838, where he is Pizza Papa.
I wanted some of those pizza balls. I really did. They looked good.
I know, right? It's like, what's a pizza ball?
And how can I get one?
All right, so 616 is what Christine said that she names the universe we're in, or the MCU's in. That is 100% the comic book universe.
Okay, cool.
That is in the comic. If there's actually comic books, I think I have one. I'd have to look for it. There's it's Earth 616 is the main storyline of all Marvel comic books. Now, the Illuminati in the movie was Captain Carter, Maria Rambeau, aka Captain Marvel, Black Bolt from the Inhumans, great character, bad show. Reed Richards, a.k.a. John Krasinski. John, say his last.
Krasinski.
Thank you. and as Mr. Fantastic, and of course, Professor X, aka Charles Xavier, aka Patrick Stewart. Man, in the comics though, it's Nomar, who's their Aquaman that we've not seen anywhere.
Right.
Black Bolt, Iron Man, Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, Professor X, and Reed Richards.
So it really hurt me to see Professor X die again in a different way, though.
Hey, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, Professor X dies like every fucking month. All right? Like, Professor X dies a lot.
Okay.
Like he dies a lot. And he's always coming back because he's on a mental plane. All right. So Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, arrives by a time square, which is a time traveling machine made by Dr. Doom. So he must have been on a time traveling adventure and just popped in to do whatever they did. Strange asked Reed if he charted in the 60s because remember, Strange loves music that he remembers every album on the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
And he said the 60 because that's when the first time the Fantastic Four came out. Let's see. Reed and Strange start talking about incursions and how they affect the multiverse, which is the exact start of the storyline of 2015's Secret Wars. The comic book.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, that's where this is going.
Okay.
That's the big crossover. It's not Thanos. It's going to be superheroes versus superheroes.
Oh, so like Civil War again?
Yes, but it'll be massive.
Okay, just right. I'm worried we're going to lose a lot of people I love. You know?
You're going to lose everybody you love. It doesn't matter. They can all come back.
All right, fine. Just bring them from the universe so they didn't die. Yeah.
Yeah. Superman died.
He's back. He'll come back. He'll be back, yeah.
When Professor X appeared, Patrick Stewart, if you noticed, it was not the X-Men movie soundtrack. No. That was the 1990s animated cartoon series soundtrack that he came up to.
That was awesome.
The first time that yellow chair was designed was not in the cartoon, it was by Jim Lee in the comics. Reed says that he's a parent, which nods at the fact that Franklin and Valerie Richards exist. Franklin Richards is the most powerful / human super being in the entire MCU.
Oh, really? Okay, so
he can delete the entire universe with one half of a thought.
Shit, that's scary.
Yeah. The gap junction is explained as the meeting point of several realities. This is called the Nexus in the comic books. Full circle. Steven was manipulated. American. Oh, the fist right before when America learns her freaking powers, and she does that.
Yeah.
That's straight from the comics. That's how she activates her ability.
Awesome.
So I thought that was really cool. And that's it, man. I think I pretty much did. I mean, it. Like I said, she asked if Cleo asked if Steven wants to fight against incursions, which is setting up the next major crossover, which I believe is Secret Wars.
You're excited?
It has to be. Dude, it's like literally you have no idea. This will be like everybody, like, you understand, I collect 1984's Secret Wars action figures. And this was like the reamping of this where somebody was like, hey, we need to do that a little bit better than what we did last time.
All right, guys. I guess that's the end of our spoilers. Neil laid it out for us. Take that information, make your own assumptions about how the movies are going to turn out, and you can find us online.
Are there any questions that you still have about this movie, though? Like,
dude,
is there something like character-wise or something like that? But I mean, I know I got into specifics like I always do. But is there anything that you thought that, man?
So
you know what? Here's a thought I just had, and this ain't even on my spoiler shit. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Why is it always redheads kill fucking Professor X?
But Professor X. But Professor X, like when Logan killed him, he's not redhead. Like the Logan clone.
Oh, Logan did kill him. Good save there, man. Good save there for him.
So, but I think that's it, man. I think I think my questions that I have are more answered in future films that I want to kind of keep surprised to myself. So, I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, this movie I thought was really great. I really love the fact that Sam Raimi got to have fun with like a lot of additive characters. A lot of characters.
Can I tell you how much I love Zombie Strange? By the way, Zombie Strange is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's something I jumped over. Yeah. I was like, one of the best parts I thought of this movie was Dead Zombie Strange giving an inspirational speech.
I loved it so much. I was like, this is so Sam Raimi. I was like, this is so Sam Raimi.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it was like it kind of reminded me of Wanda in the What If series on Disney Plus, because she was a zombie Wanda with like all the powers and stuff like that. It's really cool.
All right, you visit online Movies Don't Suck. You visit online Movies Don't Suck.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/Movies Don't Suck Podcast. We're on Twitter, MDS Podcast. We're on Instagram, MDS Podcast. You can find us patreon.com/Movies Don't Suck. You can go to fire.com/Movies Don't Suck. Something to do. You find some cool stuff to buy. And we're all streaming platform. We're on Twitch, MTS Podcast. If you're watching YouTube, go and subscribe and watch us on Facebook and like that page. And we're all streaming platforms where you can find podcasts. And you have movies that don't suck and some that do. What do we supposed to do?
There's a taxi in this movie that said Grindhouse recording. I'm just looking at some of this. Grindhouse. It said Grindhouse recording on the top of the taxi.
Okay.
And that is owned by Bob Marwisk, who's the movie's editor.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, if you got a small business, people, let me know. I'll be more than happy to call you up, let you know. I will be more than happy to advertise you any day of the week. Just give us a call, give us a message, let us know. Send us that email, send us that DM, and we'll be more than happy to put your information out there to our thousands of listeners or millions of followers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You good?
Why not? That's another episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, no matter how strange the world gets out there, you can just creep on other people and it'll be okay, because we're in the multiverse of madness now. Have a good night.